morning, everyone. Welcome to my craft table. This is Jen. I am going to be making a like a tabletop craft trash can recycle. I need a place always to dispose of my scraps and basically my trash that I create when I'm creating. So I have this little metal bucket that I've got a while ago, and I have to say I just love repurposing things. But anyway, we're going to use this and put some labels on it. So we have some vinyl, transfer tape, rubbing alcohol, and paper towels. And then, of course, scissors, tweezers, weeding tool, scrapers, and just a simple craft mat. So let's head on over to Design Space and get started. Okay, so here I am in Cricut Design Space. And what I wanted to do is on one side of the metal bucket, I wanted to have a sweet little sentiment about crafting or creating. And then on the other side, I wanted to put a monogram. So let's go ahead and start with the monogram first. I'm going to go over here to monogram. Okay, so when this comes up, it'll look like this. And I'm going to be doing a cut feature. You can do a draw feature, but I want to go ahead and cut. And then I'm going to place my initials. So my first initial, my last initial, and my middle initial. And once you populate that in there, then you get a variety of text styles and embellishments that you can add if they're available. I'm going to go ahead and choose modern, and you can always go through the other menus. They're so fun to explore. And I'm going to click on this first one right here. I really like that, and it's going to go great with my design. So I'm going to click on Add to Canvas, and there it is. The front space that I measured on the bucket was about 3 inches tall. So I am going to go, I just clicked and dragged this little box, and I'm just going to go a little bit below that. You know, we want some negative space around the monogram itself. And I'm actually going to, I think I'm going to go down here to 2.6 just for right now. And I want to put a, I guess like another shape with this, like a circle. So let's go ahead and do shapes and circle. Okay, this is populated. I'm going to change this to 3, a little bit less than 3. And you can always come up here to the top and just type it in. So I'm going to do a 3-inch diameter circle. And then you'll notice that this monogram, if I move it over, it falls behind. So I'm going to click Arrange and Bring to Front. Now, for design purposes, I am actually going to go with like it's a bluish green actually. So I'm going to click on Advanced, and it's kind of more like that color. So I'm going to go with there. Okay. This is my circle, and then I'm going to move the JBL over here, and I actually think that looks pretty good in sizing, to be honest, but let's make it a little bit less and just see if we like that any better. For design purposes, I'm going to make it white, and I'm going to select all, go to Align, and center. I thought that it would be nice to basically take out the letters and leave the space around it as the actual monogram. So I'm going to select all, and I'm going to go down here to slice, and then I'm going to get a slice result. So when I click and drag, there's my original monogram. I'll just move that guy over there, and then you'll see where it has cut out from the actual vinyl color that I chose. Okay, so there is a slice of my original monogram, and then I am left with this. I really like that. I think this is going to look really great, almost like a custom sticker in a way. Okay, So I love this. That'll be for one side. I'm going to take these other two and I'm going to hide them. I don't need to see them, and I actually am just going to leave them here in the file. Okay, so that's going to be on one side. And I'm going to just move that over here out of the way so that I can continue to work. Now on the other side of the bin, I'm going to get a square and I'm going to make this a 3x3 square because the space that I have to put these designs on is the height would be 3, and I want to be able to see what it is that I am working with. And I like to see as much of my canvas as possible, so you can always come to the bottom and change your view. All right, so on this other side, I thought it would be fun to put something that is very crafty inspired. So I'm going to go to images. I'm going to go to bookmarked because I had looked earlier and had found several things. And I think I'm going to add this one, dream, create, and inspire. I also like the do something creative every day. I'm going to choose both of them, and what you'll see is down here in the bottom in my queue that both of them are there. If you don't want one, just click the red X. Okay, so now these are really ginormous. So I'm going to click on one of them and really slice that down to a smaller space, and I'm just going to move it over here for right now. And the other one I'm going to, so now everything is a lot smaller. What I need to do is decide if I want to have an image like this or if I want to have an image like this. I'm going to go ahead and hide the square for right now because I don't need it. I now know that I have two items that I'm just trying to decide, and this first one is kind of just neat to me, and it allows me to use something called offset to basically make a white border going around this entire thing. So I'm going to go ahead and select that image, come up here to offset, and I like to just see what the default does. So I'm going to go ahead and hit apply. And when I do that, you can see right here that it kind of puts a buffer around the entire image. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make this white. All right, so it looks like that now. And I think what I'm going to do is I can change everything to a black color, or I could go ahead and change it to that blue color that I was thinking about using. Okay, and then with the offset, it actually looks a little too big, so I just resized that. So I think that I really like the way this sticker essentially is coming out. This is a good way to make a sticker. I'm going to select both of those two, go to align, and hit center. And this will ensure that the words are perfectly centered in the offset. I really think that I like the idea of a white. So I'm going to go back to my offset, change it back to white. And I really like this. I'm going to attach all of that. I want the words to be just like this. So I'm going to have this layer here that will print out on white. I will have this layer here, which will print out on my bluish green color. In fact, I think that color is called sea glass. I think it's just really pretty. So this do something creative every day. I think that I am actually going to hide that and use it for a different project. Now we are left with this. I think that is great. So I'm going to come back over here to make. And I will need to prepare a mat that has a white little vinyl portion. I can actually move this object and I'm going to put it on my green mat. Now I'm not cutting it out of green vinyl. what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to move it to a different spot. So these two will be together, and I think then that will allow me, I will need a 6.5 by 3.5. This white offset, I'm going to put in this corner over here. It's white off here. Now I'm not going to be cutting it out on the sea glass vinyl. I just need a size of white vinyl over here. This way I can save some time. I'm going to cut it all out on one mat. I'll have the sea glass here. I'll have the white over here. The 12 by 12 size is my mat, and I do not need to mirror anything because I'm not doing HTV. Okay, so we're all loaded. I'm going to hit play, let it do its thing. I think this is just a great way to repurpose things that you have around the house. And I'm always trying to figure out something to do with the scraps and trash that I create. Okay, so we're going to unload our mat and going to take a big long look. So it looks like I have a super intricate design, and it looks like I might have to do a tiny little bit of surgery right there, but I think that'll be all right. It's just kind of out of place. And then our offset. Okay, so something I forgot to mention is definitely make sure that before you pull your mat out, before you hit the unload button, that you have double checked the cut to make sure it did go all the way through. Okay, so I'm going to turn the mat over, and we are going to pull our mat away from our vinyl so that our vinyl stays fairly flat. Okay, we'll get this one. All right, and we'll set that aside. So I am going to cut the monogram away from our Dream, Create, Inspire. Now this Dream, Create, Inspire will go here on top of our offset. So we'll take care of that in a few minutes. I'm going to take the corner and I'm going to peel that back just like that. Beautiful. And then I definitely want to keep this circle, so I'm going to weed out and instead of crunching these up, I think what I'm going to do is just kind of set them aside. I have something that I could totally use them on, and I like to repurpose as much as possible, especially when it's for myself. Fantastic. Okay, I'm going to get double use out of this monogram. This is awesome. So I have some transfer tape here, and I've actually used this transfer tape once or twice before, and it might just be, I think, the last time that I use it. But that is the great thing about transfer tape, is that it is still quite sticky, so I can use it again and again. All right. I'm going to burnish down the front and then burnish the back as well. Now this is the Series 51 permanent vinyl from Expressions Vinyl. I know they do have Oracle vinyl as well. All right, that already looks good, and it's not even on there. I was having the hardest time getting the carrier sheets off of the transfer tape, and I finally figured out if I just take my weeding tool and pierce the paper and pull it back, it works really good. All right. Now this is a nice, simple design. All right. And then, okay. Let's see if everybody can see that. Right, and I'm just going to get this placed on here. I'm really just bringing it down. Okay, first with my fingers, and then here. I think that's good. And we're just going to pull that off like this. Perfect. That looks amazing. So that looks really good. This is our offset. This is the white border that we printed out. And I'm going to just take that negative space off, set that aside there, and I'm going to go ahead and pull off. I might have to do something about that again, but I'm going to pull off this negative space. Okay, I think I got the big paper off. This is super intricate design, but I think that looks great. We definitely have gotten that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to I'm going to transfer this to here. And so I'm just going to grab that transfer tape again. It's still sticky. And I'm going to put it on there. Got all the pieces. Sometimes I use this harder side. Okay. Also burnish the back. And I'm just going to put it on top of that offset. And then I will be able to transfer all of it at one time. Perfect. Look how pretty that looks already. Okay. So then before I put it completely down, I'm just double checking. So I think that this arrow needs to not be so cattywampus. Before I put that down, I'm going to see if I can nudge that just ever so slightly. Just so it looks a little straighter. Okay. It looks really good. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. So turn it over and pull away the paper backing. So depending on your designs, you may sometimes find that certain designs are a lot easier than others. So for instance, the monogram side was super easy, didn't give me any trouble. And then this side was a little more challenging, but it'll be well worth it. Okay, I'm just gonna wipe this off again, just in case I got any fingerprints or such on it. All right, so now I'm going to basically cover this up. This handle needs to go that way. Perfect. I'm super excited about this because it is no fun having little pieces of paper and vinyl everywhere. I'm just going to very gently peel back the transfer tape, which is ironically still very sticky. All right, check this out. It's so beautiful. All right, so we have this dream, create, and inspire. And then on the other side, a nice little monogram and carrier sheet, and all of our trash now has a home. This is so great. Okay, well, I hope that this inspired you to take a look around your house, find some things that need some repurposing, and give them a whole new life. All right, happy crafting.
I'm so glad you were here today. I will see all of you back here soon for more fun craft projects. Thank you all so much for watching today. I would love to have you become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. If you have not already done so, go ahead and subscribe and be sure to hit the notification bell below the video so that you don't miss the next time that I post. Have a great day, and in the meantime, as always, happy crafting.